Good morning, Stitchers. We're gonna have another stitch with me today. Today is Friday, April 6th. It's the last day of spring break. Yes, it is. It's about 6:30 in the morning right now. My husband just left for work. I got up and sent him off with some hot cocoa, as I do. Now, not always, let's be real. And the kids are still sleeping, and I hope they stay sleeping for a while so I can have just a wee bit of peace before they both get up. I am going to be stitching on, see, make sure you can see that, Welcome to the Forest by Country Cottage Needleworks. This is the first chart in the series. It's called Forest Banner. I started this, I don't know, I think it was the day I got the chart. It was a while ago, and I only worked on it for, an hour or two, but yesterday and last night I worked on it quite a bit, and I love it, and I would like to get it done before the next one comes out, but that's arriving at the end of this month, and I'm just not sure. I guess if I focus on this, I could. I am using all of the recommended flosses, fancy flosses. There's DMC in this too. So we've got Snowball, Blushing Beauty, Really Tealy, and then there are some multiples of these colors too. Some Jolly Holly. And Hazelnut, which Hazelnut does not show up in this installment. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm stitching this on, I think, a 28 count Jobelin. I think it's 28. I tea and coffee dyed it. It was originally like a peachy color, and it was really kind of bright, and I didn't quite like it. And this wasn't actually the piece of fabric that I wanted for this. I picked out that peachy one to dye because it was gross, and then several other pieces of Monaco, but my Monaco was too small for this series because I'm stitching them all on one. So the Jobelin, though, really does work well. I like it, and it still has the pretty modeling, and some of the like peachy color does show up. I like it, and I love Jobelin. So we're gonna get started. So let's see, what can we talk about? Oh, excuse me. My voice is not awake yet, and I've only had this much coffee, which isn't very much. And I need my glasses because I'm blind, you guys. My eyesight has taken such a huge, turn on another light here, has taken such a huge turn for the worse in the past year. I really just don't know what to do. Like, literally, I don't know what to do. What's on? I can feel this on my head. It doesn't need to be on my head. My gosh. Okay. So, oh, my phone is going off because it wouldn't be a video if I didn't have my phone go off. I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna put my chart over here. Hopefully you can't see that. No, you can't. Okay. Okay, now we can get started. So, spring break this week. No big deal. So the teenager had off school. That's it. He just had off school, right? Axel, the middle kid, he did not have school, but he continued to have his behavior therapy. So Unfortunately, I was not able to change the times. He has a new tech, and I think his new tech has a more rigid schedule than his old tech did, who I would just say to her, hey, can you switch times, or can you work with him extra, or can we skip this day but do it on this day? And she'd be like, yeah, whatever you want. His new tech, he's like, I'll try to reschedule some stuff, but so I think he has another client that he can't switch around with, which is fine, but it was unfortunate. So my goal was to have both kids gone during the day because Archer, my littlest one, does not have a spring break. He doesn't operate on the school system's year, so he was still attending his program all day. And so my goal was to have both kids gone during the day, just like school, so that, it doesn't disrupt their schedules, because we thrive on schedules and consistency. Oops, did you see that? Wrong hole. We thrive on schedules and consistency, and but it wasn't meant to be. So Axel ended up being home with me every day, and then his tech would pick him up at like 3:15, 3:30, and then I would leave and go pick up Archer, because Archer's gets out a little bit before 4. So honestly, I've had 0 time to myself all week, and I also thrive on schedule and consistency, and that sure didn't happen. Oh no, I've already messed up. Oh, son of a biscuit. Watch me frog. That's what I'm gonna call this video. Watch me frog. This is a T. It's okay. Yeah, so, but today, Archer doesn't ever have school on Friday, and I took Axel off today. And yesterday, he actually was home all day because his tech has the flu. So even if I hadn't changed the schedule to give him Friday off, he likely would still be home. So I let them stay up a little bit later last night because I knew I wanted to stitch this morning and try to film a stitch with me, and this way I get a little extra prep time. So I am hopeful that they sleep until 8 at least. 8 is super late for them to sleep in, especially because I generally wake them up at 7, and routines and consistency. And it just is always the case that when they can sleep in all day, or even for an extra 20 minutes, they don't. They usually get up early, because that's what children do. Okay, now we're back on track. So let's see what else happened this week. Easter happened on Sunday. We didn't do anything for actual Easter Day. Archer ended up getting sick. He just had some general malaise. I do think he threw up once. I don't know if this is normal, but I think that Archer will throw up if he is getting a fever. Weird, right? I think Axel does it too sometimes, but I don't know, they're weird. So anyway, he took a couple naps on Sunday, and I thought, this is bad, because the kid, he fell asleep like mid-morning. My cousin came over for a little bit because AJ spent the night at her house with her son Saturday night. So we didn't have anything going on Sunday. So she brought him home on Sunday, and then Archer never came out of his room. And then I went in there to check on him while she was here, and he was sleeping. And I was like, oh, crap. That is not going to turn out well. And then he did get up, but he didn't really eat anything. And then, you know, a couple hours after that, he went to sleep again, fell asleep on the couch, and then he woke up and he still didn't eat. And then he still wanted to go to bed, like at the same time. So he laid in his bed with his Kindle for a while, and then he fell asleep and slept until 10:30 a.m. on Monday. I had texted the school and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna send him in because he has a fever, or had a fever anyway. Yeah, he slept till 10:30 Monday. And then he was just happy as a clam. So he got over it, whatever it was. For the past few weeks, I have been super into planners. I am still searching for planner peace. Those of you that are planners, you know, sometimes it's hard to get perfection. I can tell you that I used the Midori method that Pam Reed talked about in one of her videos. I used that most successfully for several months, like maybe 8 months, and I really liked the versatility of it, and I liked that it would fit in my purse. So I always had my calendar with me, which was perfection. You know, for when you go to for me, it was the orthodontist or the dentist or meetings with teachers. It was always helpful to be able to pull out that calendar and set the appointment right then. But I hated having to draw my weekly layouts every week. Like, I hated it. It wasn't fun for me. It just seemed to be like a bother, but I liked the weekly layouts because I needed them. You know, my days then, especially before everybody was in school full time, my days were full, and that's when the kids had lots of appointments, like evaluation appointments, therapy appointments, and yeah, I was just trying to get it all done. So I liked that, and then I liked the like list making and stuff like that. So I decided when I was using my Midori that I really liked horizontal planning. So I would draw my weekly days horizontally, so I had more time to write, or more room to write. So it's like, well, there has to be a frickin' planner out there that's horizontal. Like, give me a break. Because most of the planners I had seen, like Erin Condren, like Plum Paper, and Happy Planner from Me and My Big Ideas, they were all horizontal planners, and I don't like those. I tried. Don't like them. So I did some searching again, and I saw that Plum Paper Designs had come out with a horizontal planner, and Plum Paper is probably the most customizable wire-bound system that I have found yet. The quality is great. The price point is affordable. You have all sorts of options. They really do cater to what you want. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to a Plum Paper because I had owned one before. And I got it. And I have been using my Plum Paper planner since October of last year, I think. And I really like it. But the problem also is I got some customizable pages put in, or extras, like bonuses, and they were not what I thought they were, and they don't work where they are in the planner. Like, I got meal planning sheets, and I had them placed all the way in the back. I don't even think to flip all the way to the back of my planner to plan meals. So that was a waste. And I got like a business section to track my business. But those pages, I guess I don't even think they really showed the design of them. So I got them and I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to use these for my business. They aren't what I thought they were. And I'm having a hard time utilizing them because of that. So I was like, God, it would be really nice if I could just, you know, like make my own, excuse me, and put them in my planner, which I could do with Midori. I cannot do with a wire bound system because they're wired in, I mean, unless I do something super fancy. So I started, I don't like Erin Condren, so that's just not an option for me. I think she has a horizontal planner now too, or horizontal layouts. I would be shocked if Erin Condren doesn't, but I don't like Erin Condren planners. I think they're too expensive. So I started watching Plan With Me videos on YouTube again. I did this a couple years ago, and I purchased a Happy Planner Mini because I really miss having a planner in my purse, and went hog wild and got all of the accessories and all of the things. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more. And I've only used it, the first week to actually use it was Easter, which was Easter week, Good Friday, Easter Sunday, and spring break. I'm like, I don't have tons going on this week. So this coming week will probably be a better test of whether or not I keep the Happy Planner Mini. And then for what little I am using it, I was trying to completely phase out my bigger planner, my plum paper, and use this mini. So I bought a bunch of extension packs. I think I need a drink. I think I've straightened myself up now. Kind of allergies, guys. Woo. Anyway, so I started setting up my mini planner, and I've got like a work section and another calendar, but I was finding that I was writing kid stuff on my work calendar because it was moved to that. So I really need to do something bad about that. But anyway, I was realizing right away, this mini planner is not going to work for me as my main planner because there's not enough room for what I want to do. So then I went out and ordered a Happy Planner straight from the Me and My Big Ideas website. I'm sure it's one of the newer releases, and I'm not sure if it's at Michael's or Hobby Lobby yet. And I really liked it. I saw a flip through of it on YouTube. It was so cute, right up my alley. And I thought, yep, this is going to be my planner. It's going to be my main planner. I'll try to keep the mini one going because I really need something to keep in my purse. And I have it, so might as well use it now. And so I'm just waiting for my new big planner to come. It's the classic size for Me and My Big Ideas. And then I bought a few extras, and it starts in July. But I got one on Amazon that's a 2017, 2018 dated. And if you're into planning, you probably know the Happy Planner is on a disc system. So you can just rip pages out and place them other places. It's easy to add stuff to it. I'm pretty excited. I think that having a main catch-all planner will help me. It will help me be more organized in my business. I mean, I'm doing well now, but I need something else. I'm still searching for the planner piece. So if any of you are planners and have like blogs or YouTube channels that you follow, or websites even, leave them below. I'm curious. I am curious. I have been having lots and lots of fun watching planner setup videos and Plan With Me's. Not as much Plan With Me's, but I don't like full coverage planning, so there are a lot of sticker shops out there that come up with like full boxes and half boxes and a bunch of washi and 500 stickers and flags and this, and they literally, when they sit down to do their planning for the week, they have 0 white space, everything is sticker. I do not like that. I tried that when I had my my first plum paper, I think. And I also had a Happy Planner, and I also had an Erin Condren. Like, I've had them all. I tried that kind of planning, and it was not for me. It was too stressful. I found it stressful because I did. It was crazy pants. So, ouch. So let me know about that. All into, business update. So exciting things are happening. In case you're not part of my VIP, it's not really VIP, my Facebook group, my pre-sale group, I'll call it VIP because that's where I release almost everything first. So if you are on Facebook and you're interested in joining my group, I will link it below. It's called 3 Owl Threads Pre-Sale. It's generally where I release my soda stitch patterns first. It is where all the information on my nest egg auto ship thread subscription is. I generally announce everything there first. So go join that. But I have made some changes to my nest egg. I am always willing to hear suggestions. I think I've said that before. So a couple weeks ago, Danielle, Stitcherista, got her first nest egg subscription, which she did an unpackaging of last week, I want to say. So thank you, Danielle, for doing that. I did get some traffic to my group afterwards, which was very exciting. And she loved everything. And she contacted me and she was like, hey, would you consider adding Threadworks to your nest egg? And per usual, when stitchers come to me and say, hey, would you ever consider selling blah, blah, blah? I go, I never thought about that. So I was like, okay, let me look into it and I will let you know. I'll see if I can add those. So, I'm still learning this business, guys. So I, used the magic Google and found Threadworks, of which I've never used before, and contacted them. I emailed them using their website, and I was like, hey, I'd like to become a retailer. What do I need to do? And I didn't hear back from them for almost a week. So Danielle and I chatted again another day, and I was like, I haven't heard back from them yet. I'm going to call them. And it was Good Friday. I'm going to call them. I'm like, they aren't going to be open, for God's sakes. But amazingly, there was a lot of retail that was open on Good Friday. So I called and got a hold of a person, and I said, hey, I would really like to sell your floss. What do I need to do? And they're like, all right, let's set you up. And so they did. And just like that. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I need to get this going. So pause. 1, 2, 3. Down, down. Let me get this stitch started here. So, I got all the paperwork set, and that was that. So I added Threadworks to my nest egg at the end of the month. A few people did add it to their subscriptions or start a new subscription with it. So that's exciting. Right now, I have the cottons that I added to the nest eggs. So they have overdyed cottons. So it's a 10 skein, $23. Including shipping for that. And then I ordered some of their other products just on a small scale so I can see what they are, because Threadworks has like overdyed Krynic. What is that? So I ordered some of those. They have like a different blends of flosses, so not pure cotton, but they have like a poly blend. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They just have strange products. So I ordered a handful of those, and I'm going to do a video on them just so you can like see what they are. Well, I'll be able to see because I'll be touching them, but I will do a video on the other products. They're likely not something that I will add to the nest egg, but if I can get that thread brand in the nest egg, I can order for you. If you have projects that you want kitted up with fancy floss, send me an email. My prices are on my Facebook group. So they are less than suggested retail, because everybody should be able to afford some fancy floss. So Threadworks added. I think that I am also going to add Karen water lilies, the silks, because that's what the water lilies are, right? Aren't the water lilies silks? I really want to add some silk. Karen are easily accessible to me. They're beautiful. So I think I'm going to add those. I just haven't decided yet. And I'm also expecting a phone call from Cecilia, Cece, at the Thread Gatherer. So I contacted her, I think on Good Friday too. I sent an email and I was like, hey, I'd really love to add some silks to my collection. This is what I'm doing. Can I be one of your retailers? Said it would be small in the beginning, but you know, I love branching out, and I'm not sure that I've ever used Thread Gather silks. I didn't tell her that, but you know, silks, and I know people really love them. So she emailed me back on Saturday before Easter, and she was like, I would love to speak to you on the phone about this. You know, send me your phone number. So I did, and I haven't heard from her, but I'm thinking, I mean, I don't know anything about her or her life, but if she has children, she was likely on spring break too. So I am going to reach out to her again on Monday or Tuesday and ask if she wants to chat. So those may be coming. I'm determined to add some silk to my nest egg, because who doesn't love silk, right? Okay. So that was fun and exciting. AJ's swim season has officially closed. The banquet was almost 2 weeks ago. And he did earn his varsity letter for swimming and diving, which was very exciting for us. So now his dad's like, great, now we can buy him a varsity coat. Which we will probably do, probably not until like this summer, so he can have it for fall, because it's starting to get warmer now. But, you know, it's something that we would use for like a birthday gift, but his birthday's at the end of December and Christmas is in December, and those are the two main gift giving holidays. Boy, we really screwed him on that, didn't we? So that'll be happening soon. I'm excited. More thread. There we go. Oh, what else is happening in the world? Well, we don't want to talk about what's happening in the world because that's depressing. Let's talk about what's happening in the stitching world. I did finally get some Nashville releases. Oh my gosh. Next year, you guys, I told my husband we are going to market, because it took forever for Nashville charts to hit my distributor websites for ordering, and I was so sad. But I have some now. Also listed in my Facebook group. I think I'm going to leave them up through the weekend and then pop them in my Etsy shop. So if there's something that you've been wanting, I can probably try to get it for you. You guys hear that noise? Is the guinea pig drinking. She's so loud. It's starting to get a little bit lighter out. It's about 7 o'clock now. It snowed last night. We had this winter weather advisory. It was supposed to snow like 3 to 4 inches. It didn't. There was like a dusting on the ground. I do think it's supposed to snow more at the beginning of the day today, but obviously it's nothing significant. Crazy. Excuse me. My in-laws are on their way home from Florida. They left yesterday. Pretty sure they called last night. I didn't talk to them because they called my husband, but I'm pretty sure they're in Georgia right now or close by, because the one thing they always panic about is driving through Atlanta, which I always can understand, because we've driven through Atlanta and you've got to time it right or you are in trouble. I've got to... Ow! Oh, I just hit my head on my lamp. I have to readjust here. Yeah, and my mother-in-law is a super nervous driver, and my father-in-law is a super aggressive driver, and they're in their 70s, so, you know, there's some of that too. I don't know. So they will be coming by. There's a bridal shower that my mother-in-law is attending on Sunday for, it's her grandniece. So Leaf's cousin's daughter. And segueing right into, I hate bridal showers. Like, I was invited and I was going to go, but then I just thought, why? Like, I love her dearly, but I hate bridal showers. Of all of the celebrations in the entire world, I hate them the most. I don't like the stupid games. Like, I'm not going to wear a penis necklace. I don't know. I've never liked them. I've never liked them. So I really just didn't want to go, so I decided I wasn't going to. I sent a gift. I sure did send a gift. And we are unable to attend her wedding, which is unfortunate because we will be in New Jersey at the New Jersey Stitchers Retreat. They changed their wedding date after I had made those plans. Their wedding was originally on Memorial Weekend, and apparently his parents had a problem with that, which I understand. I understand. It's a holiday weekend. Like, it's usually Memorial Weekend is that first big camping weekend, and you know, you can't go away camping if you have a wedding to attend. So, like, I get it, but then they changed it, and it was like, well, we can't go now. So that's too bad. One more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my mother-in-law will be attending that shower because she likes to go to everything, because that's who she is. I am not. And then they will come through this way. The shower is like an hour or so away from us. So when the shower's over, they will stop by on Sunday to see the kids. because they don't care about us. So they'll come visit the grandkids and then head home and get to their house, which is 2 hours away, probably late that night. And then they'll be home and they can start unpacking, which is pretty daunting. So it'll be nice to have them back in town. One, two. Getting thirsty. Need more coffee. Get a drink. Let's talk about my nails for a second. What do you guys think of those? Aren't they fun? They are like nail strips. Kind of like Jamberry. Remember when Jamberry was all the rage? I hated Jamberry. I mean, I liked the idea, but they took forever to put on. And then to take them off, ripped apart my nails. So I have used Jamberry in the past. I have used Espionage nail wraps in the past, which don't require heat to set, but they still, you know, depending on how strong that adhesive is, they do rip up my nails taking them off. But these, I haven't taken them off yet, so you don't know. These are called, they're by Color Street. And they are also, they call them nail strips, and they're actually made of nail polish. I don't know what kind of voodoo technology that is, but you remove them with nail polish remover. So I got mine actually from Jen Upton, who's a Flosstuber. You've probably seen her. And she has a website called On Point Polish, onpointpolish.com. So that's where I purchased mine. I got I think I got 4 different colors. This was the first one. I put them on a couple nights ago, and so far they have stood up. Yesterday I did a lot of meal prepping and cooking because I just went crazy and decided I needed to cook. So yesterday I made homemade bagels, and it was kneading flour the day after I put these on. And they stood up just fine. And then last night for dinner, I made meatballs from scratch. And the one thing, like for my bagels, I did most of the mixing in my food processor. But I didn't do that for the... Maybe I should have. I wonder if I could have put my ground beef and sausage and eggs and stuff in my food processor? I have a Ninja, one of those kitchen Ninjas. Could I have done that and put it on like the kneading setting or mixing and mixed it all up and not put my hands in nasty, disgusting raw meat? Oh, is that a thing? Do any of you do that? Let me know, because I hate touching raw meat. That's what she said. I hate it with a passion. I don't like raw chicken, raw pork chops, raw steaks, especially raw burger. Nope, not a fan. I will pay extra for pre-made burger patties. Yes, I will, because I hate touching it. But I really wanted those meatballs. They were so good. They were chorizo and cheddar cheese meatballs, and it was literally the easiest thing. I used 1.5 pounds of hamburger, the recipe calls for 1.5 pounds, but I only had 1 pound. 1 pound of ground chorizo, a cup, I think, of cheddar cheese, a couple eggs, and you could throw in some breadcrumbs. I used, because we are not eating breads and carbs right now, I used ground up pork rinds. and some seasoning and made those effers, and they were so good. The recipe makes quite a few. They're big. I made big meatballs, and there was some extra, so we're probably going to have those for dinner tonight because AJ likes those. So back to my polish. I was mixing the chorizo and burger and eggs and all of that together with my hands. With my nails, I did remember to take off my rings, thank goodness, because a lot of times I forget to do that. And there's nothing like having ground meat in the prongs of your rings. Burp. And they have held up. So, yeah, so go check that out, onpointpolish.com. If you're into nail polish. They were pretty easy to put on. She says she can do her nails in 7 minutes. I'm not that good. It took me like 15. However, I was out here in the living room and I was watching YouTube and probably not being as focused as I need to be. I'm sure I could do it probably in 10 minutes. And they're, you know, they're dry immediately. So there's like no dry time, no waiting, no anything. So they're pretty amazing. I have jamberries laying around this house somewhere. I need to throw those away because they're just not my favorite. It was bad enough that they took so long to put on because you have to do like trimming, and then you have to use the heat, and then you have to press them for so long. Oh my God. It was just terrible. But the taking off was the worst part. Like, if they were a great product and didn't hurt my nails, I probably would have kept with it. But they were just hard on my nails. Like, my nails would peel afterwards. 1, 2, 3. I think I hear a kid. 2, 3. So that'll probably be the end of this video. Man, it's 7:15. It better be the dog snoring I hear and not my kids talking. Little devils. Moms, dads, am I right here? When they can sleep in, when you're like, you could sleep in till noon, they like to get up so freaking early. Not that 7:15, which is when it is right now. This is not early. This is about, oh, I get them up at 7. So technically this is sleeping in. But guys, sleep in. And then when they get to be like 12, I'm going to be like, get out of bed. You're sleeping your life away. We're never happy. 4, 5, 6. It's the life of a parent. All right. I'm going to wrap this stitch with me up. I'm so happy that I was able to do this and talk with you guys. I love Stitch With Me videos. I said this the last time. I love them. If you have ever thought of making a Flosstube video, try Stitch With Me. They're pretty easy. No pressure. The camera's not even on you. Trust me, you don't want the camera on me today. Not this morning. Looking a little rough. But you wouldn't know it from these pretty nails. Hee. All right. I will let you guys go here. I hope you're having an amazing day. It is Friday. It's the weekend. I hope you're able to enjoy it. Spend some time just doing what you want to do. Even if it's just for a few moments, right? Spend some time doing what you want to do. because it's the weekend and you deserve that. You deserve that every day. And I will likely be back next week for a stitching update. All right. So until then, stay stitchy and have a great day. Bye.